Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live reaction of Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle right here on the official YouTube channel of Championship Wrestling. What a day it was. It was Championship Saturday. What's up, Tamarius? Welcome to the live reaction. First and foremost, I have to ask everybody, what did you think of Championship Saturday? 3 big NWA championship matches. That kind of gets you ready for United Wrestling Network Prime Time Live, where the United Wrestling Network is tag teaming with the NWA to bring you a brand new live weekly show premiering on September 15th. That's a Tuesday. So I had an interview with David Marquez just last week. So go to playlists. It's the Championship Wrestling Podcast presented by Be Free CBD. There's a great interview that has a lot of details there. Hello, Ashley King. Thanks for joining us. Tamaria said it was beautiful. 3 big championship matches. Man, Championship Saturday. We need to do this more often. Mr. E in the house. Hello, Don't Ask. Maurice, what's up? How are you guys doing? What'd you think of the show? Next week, we start 1 hour earlier, and that's for 1 week only. Championship Wrestling presented by Pro Shingle. Next week, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 1 hour earlier, but we'll still do the live chat and all that good stuff. We've got Luchasaurus in action, as well as a women's division match. Killer Bay, Heather Monroe is going to be back in action, and she's going against Sarah Wolf, a.k.a. Razor, from Women of Wrestling. So that'll be good. And then also in the main event, the 10 pounds of gold is on the line again. In the Dave and Buster's match of the week, Nick Aldis goes toe-to-toe with Colt Boom Boom Cabana. It's going to be another good show. Mr. E says, great show. Thank you. Ashley says, Queenie in the building. Yes. Oh, by the way, Ashley, you need to tell everybody how I absolutely killed it the other night in Fortnite. Marie says the show was amazing. Lamb said you got a sunburn, or is that just lighting? Actually, I didn't bring out all the lights today, so it could be the lighting. But I did get a pretty good tan last week. No burning, though. Maurice, the show is amazing. Don't ask. Rhino JB sent me the show is great. Shout out to Rhino JB. Go to rhinojb.com for the Interactive Wrestling League. And I hear that myself and my Maria were created. I saw some pictures of it. It looks awesome. I can't wait to see the highlights. I need to get in there and join that live. But we'll be in action in the Interactive Wrestling League. Very cool. Mr. E says he's going to change his alarm right now so he doesn't miss it. It will be on the premiere, so it should give you an update on the 11 a.m. start. AO says he can't wait. Lighting and sunburn. All right, well, maybe I might have a little sunburn. I don't know. Check it out here. I don't think so, though. Oh, by the way, let me show you this shirt. Got the Power Couple t-shirt on. Oh, yeah. And right now, it's 20% off at grindcitydesigns.com/championship wrestling. Use the code SLAM20 and you'll save 20% off of Memphis Wrestling shirts. Gosh, tees, tanks, hoodies, onesies, you name it. You even get to pick the color of the shirt, so you can customize those, and they are for pickup or delivery, whichever one's more convenient for you. You guys have any questions? Right now, as we're live chatting on YouTube, the United Wrestling Network crew is at the Ocean View Pavilion getting all set up for the tapings. We have brand new wrestling action that's coming, and it's going to come in September, so it's right around the corner. Oh, gosh. Fired up about that. We saw Anthony Idol in the chat, and I was trying to get it out of him a little bit that possibly he's going to be there. I hope he is. We don't know all the details. Plus, I can't give you any spoilers, but John Roberts, who you've seen on the program doing interviews, he is going to be my guest on Monday's Championship Wrestling podcast. So he's going to give us all the, maybe not all the details, but he's going to give us some good teasers of what's to come because he's there. And hopefully we'll have some behind the scenes pictures and stuff for you as well. Let's see. Rhino JB's the man. That's right, Lady Bells. He is. I thank him too for pointing you in our direction. It's the Power Couple t-shirt. Oh, yeah. Nick Aldis kind of looks like a mix between Jude Law and Hugh Jackman. I definitely see the Hugh Jackman. man, he could be like Wolverine or something. You talk about a guy that carries himself very, very well as a champion. I mean, the NWA, and don't kill me for saying this, but years ago, it seemed like just like a dead product. And I think, in my mind, Nick Aldis has helped elevate not only that championship, the 10 pounds of gold, Sweet Charlotte, the NWA World title, but he's also helped elevate that entire company. And he has done a tremendous job. So, round of applause for Nick Aldis, who's also a very cool guy. And I did wrestle him for the Global Force Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, and I pinned him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. Oh, yeah. And also in my interview with Dave Marquez, he threw my name in the hat about an NWA World Heavyweight title. I would love to bring that championship back to Memphis. Let's get back on track here. Sunny King says, great show. Thank you for joining us. Rhino JB, how can I get that Grizzlies title? This championship that you're seeing here is the Grizzly Weight World title, and there's only 2 in the entire world. Only 2. One of them is held by Super Grizz, and the other is held by me, Dustin 5-Star. Now, on the other side of that title belt is all sorts of just autographs and stuff. I actually got that championship because being a part of Grind City Wrestling Night was just so awesome, working with all the legends and sitting side by side with Dave Brown, doing a tribute to Lance Russell and Grandmaster Sexay Brian Christopher. So I had that one created, and it's an exact replica of the real thing that Super Grizz has. Let's see. Lamb says not only 1-day TV, but 2-day TV tapings. Now, I'll give you a little insight on that. There are 2 full days worth of TV tapings, and they're going to record as much TV as they possibly can, just because the world that we live in is so unpredictable at this point. So we're gonna have plenty of weeks of footage, and then hopefully this will be an ongoing thing to where now we're back on track, but there will not be any fans in attendance, which that kind of stinks. But if you've seen the New Japan Pro Wrestling show that was filmed at Ocean View Pavilion and produced by the United Wrestling Network's team, it's going to look tremendous. You guys are really going to love it. Mr. E says Anthony Idol is a mega star, brother. Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that, man. We got to get him in Memphis, too. Tamara says, are there any theme songs from any wrestling brand that you get hype and make you want to dance? I don't know if it makes me want to dance, but I do have a lot of professional wrestling songs on my iPod. So when I'm working out, I listen to those songs. John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Ahmed Johnson's old theme song slaps real good when you're in the gym too. Just a ton of them. Jericho, Break the Walls Down. So I've got those on my iPad. Lamb says Nick Aldis versus Dustin Starr for the NWA World title. Why not? Why not? I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I'll tear that suit off. Kick some butt. Rhino JB says, so how much you want? Not for sale, brother. Not for sale. Lady says Rhino JB would probably fight you for it. I have yet to defend the Grizzly Weight World title. That's kind of one of my collector's items, one of my memorabilia pieces. Lamb says, who do you see from our championship wrestling roster that should be first in line for the NWA World title shot? Well, I mean, first of all, let's start with the champions. Why not Watts? Why not Dan Joseph? Unless the NWA doesn't quite want Nick Aldis to defend against those guys. What about Uptown Andy Brown? Are you kidding me? He's a fantastic talent. What about Danny Limelight Rivera? Anthony Idol? The list goes on and on of guys who should get the shot at the 10 pounds of gold, Lamb. Who do you think? Who? Destiny, welcome. As always, fun to talk to you in the chat, Twitter, you name it. Very cool. Aldis epitomizes the classic style of the NWA champion. Yes, and that is very, very hard to do. What's up, Jake? We played Fortnite the other night. It was a lot of fun. James says, hello, Dustin. I follow you on Twitter. Thank you, brother. I think I've seen you on there. I definitely have seen you on the Championship Wrestling page for sure. Don't ask. Yeah, John Cena's songs, for some reason, I mean, I can jam out to not only his theme songs, but all right, guilty. I have his CD in digital format on my iPod. I probably have every single one of those songs. Lady Bell says, oh, Ahmed Johnson. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yes, but his theme song is fantastic. It gets you hyped. Destiny says AEW Dynamite today. Brody Lee or Cody? I've always got to go with Cody. Cody over Brody. There was one action figure that I have of AEW that Dreadhead Kev picked up for me because he saw him at the store, and that's Cody. So I am super thrilled that AEW is on Saturday night, and hopefully the audience will show up and show out for them. And I mean that in the ratings. This is huge because if the audience of almost 1 million people follow them to a Saturday night, plus some, that's going to be very, very good. And all of our friends are there, man, from Scorpio Sky to Peter Avalon. I mean, gosh, the list goes on and on. MJF, Luchasaurus, my buddy Marco Stunt, Cody, Brandy, who have both been on this program. So, you know, really pulling hard for them. Tamaria says, I think Cody takes the win. I agree. James says, well, I can't watch AEW tonight. My cable is for the whole weekend. Is your cable out? Ooh, man. Also, AEW All Out will be absolutely free at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. So anybody in the Mid-South, you don't want to spend $50 on that pay-per-view, come watch with us absolutely free at Dave & Buster's. And Rhino is in here. Probably knows Scylla as well. I don't know if Chris Gales is in the chat just yet, but they can attest to this. It was extremely socially distant and safe inside Dave & Buster's. So it was a good time, and it was a safe time. Don't ask it, did you see it coming? WWE says you didn't. I do see SummerSlam coming, but I didn't really see the Thunderdome coming, which was really tremendous production. Good job to WWE on that. Yeah, I can't, Mac, I cannot jam out to Brother Love theme song. Jake says, by the way, sorry about the voice command situation. I didn't know that you didn't play Fortnite that much, by the way. We didn't get very far, but that's all right. It was fun. Mystery says, Dustin, do an ad for Pro Shingle in your full glitter suit on roof shampoo. It's going to be tough to even get me on a roof. I'm scared of the top rope pretty much. I'm scared of heights. So I don't know if getting me on the roof is going to be a good idea. Shampooing the roof. Also, there's a lot of questions about that too, not to get into like ads and stuff, but you know, if your roof does have that fungus and algae on top of it, it does, question the integrity of the shingles. It does deteriorate over time if you don't clean it. You're not supposed to pressure wash it, obviously, because it'll blow the shingles right off. You can do more damage to your house pressure washing it than anything else. So there's a patented eco-friendly solution that roof shampoo uses, and that's what they do. It's a soft water rinse. I feel like I know everything about it. You can even put your hand under it and it won't even hurt your hand. So it's a soft water rinse. It's patented. Nobody else can do it. So that's a little bit about Pro Shingle roof shampoo. ProShingle.com/roof shampoo. You can get all the information there. Destiny says, yes, me too. Cody all the way. Mystery says, everybody hit the like button. I appreciate that. Hit the like button. That helps us with our algorithm and how we come up in the display for everybody else. And today's show was loaded, so I expect a lot of people to tune in and watch it. Let's see. Ahmed got a mega push at first. He did. I'm sorry I brought up Ahmed Johnson, everybody. Let's see. I'm not ever on Discord, Jake. You sent me a invite. The only time I ever get on Discord is when I play with the Nerd 901 group, and we play for Labana or one of the local charities here in Memphis. So I'm not on there a whole lot. Mostly it's Twitch, which I'm twitch.tv/Dustin STARR. But if you're coming to my Twitch to see shows like Zicky Dice or Gentleman Jervis, man, I can't compare to those guys. They got a whole TV show going on there. I just go on to play with my buddies. Got to jam out the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior, man. That'll get you rocking and rolling in the gym, that's for sure. James says, do you know where the broadcast for United Wrestling Network's Primetime Live will be located? Maybe Long Beach, since Thunder Studio has a venue there. Yeah, I believe that's it. But it is Thunder Studios. So Thunder Studios in California, I can't imagine it's too far from the Ocean View Pavilion. I have not gotten the word that I'll be there, but I will definitely be watching wherever I am. And I heard that Thunder Studios is absolutely legit. I was on the phone with David Marquez on FaceTime, and he was showing me around the facility, and man, it looks awesome. They're going to have these fly-in cameras. You know, on last week's interview, he did say Todd Kinley will be on the call. So very familiar voice here, the voice of Championship Wrestling, actually. He'll be on the call. Adnan Karishi will be the ring announcer. Championship! That's an ongoing joke. We love Adnan. He was also on the podcast too. So go to the playlist podcast and you can see all those interviews there. Desia's personal question: how's Maria and the baby Star doing? Everything is good. I told you before in the first trimester she was a little sick. Everything's totally cool now. Actually, tonight or today, I'm having to put the crib together, and this thing looks very tough. If it was a wrestling ring, I can put it together with my eyes closed. But a baby crib, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. We should actually record that and put it on TV. I don't know if you guys would care, but I'm sure it would be some tremendous comedy. Let's see. Hulk Hogan's theme. Yeah, Hulkster, especially Voodoo Child. Willie says, Eli Drake, yeah! And James, sorry about your damn luck storm. Versus the Rock Nest Monsters for the NWA World Tag Team titles. Hey, man, it could absolutely happen. Rock Nest will be on the show next week, tag teaming with Luchasaurus. It's going to be awesome. Am I ready for NXT TakeOver 30 tonight? Yes. Now, I will watch AEW first and foremost, and then I'll go back on the network and watch NXT TakeOver. NXT TakeOver. NXT is not my favorite product, but I watch each and every week. I think it just has to do with my connection that I have with some of the characters and some of the guys that I know personally. Like at AEW, you know, a lot of my friends work there, so it's easier to get me hooked into that. Meanwhile, at NXT, I'm still learning a lot of the characters of the show, even though I watch pretty much every single week. But I'll be watching. Willie, he says, "What's up, Willie? NWA, woo!" Zicky Dice. James says, "R.I.P. Kamala." Yes, rest in peace, Kamala. Very fortunate to have met and worked with Kamala. Flash Funk. Woo, that might be one that gets me dancing. Is Twitter like YouTube? They're very similar to YouTube, but not really. YouTube is like a channel that you watch television. On YouTube, it's like a big chat room, and you can pick who you want to follow. Yep, Lamb, you know where I'm talking about. Champion Sheep. We're not making fun. I mean, we love him. That's how he says it. It's great. Let's see. Flash theme is great. Idol and I were jamming to it the other day. Very cool. Putting baby furniture together is the fun part. Yeah, okay. Well, we've already painted a dresser and all that kind of stuff. So, man. Let's see. Tube. I think I said that right. I challenge you to a hair versus hair match. Winner gets Dustin's DNA. What a great hairdo. You know what? I think I would put Maria's hair on the line before I'd put my hair on the line. What do you think? Of course, I would guarantee victory if that were to happen, but I don't see me being in a hair versus hair match. It's crazy to think that most of the top stars in wrestling started off here. That is exactly right, man. You name it, they've been here. You know, everybody from Matt Cardona to Kurt Hawkins, Peter Avalon, MJF, Cody was even on Championship Wrestling. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So, yeah, there's no telling. Bailey, we saw Bailey on the show last week. Willie Mack, Scorpio Sky. We saw Candice LeRae on the program last week as well. X-Pac, Daniel Bryan. Go to feature matches. It's the playlist right here on this channel. Go to feature matches, and you're going to see a ton of great stuff that you had no idea happened here on Championship Wrestling and the United Wrestling Network. Let's see. WWE Thunderdome was incredible. Yeah, it was that when WWE wants to flex their muscles, they absolutely can, and they can show that they're the best ever. Let's see. I wish Willie Mack was still wrestling for NWA Power and Championship Wrestling. Well, Willie, he's doing very good on Impact Wrestling, so big shout out to him. He's getting the payday over there for sure. Desi says, good to hear. All is good. I do wish you the best of luck putting that crib together. Whew. Record it. It'll make great TV. Man, it would be at least a good blooper reel. Basically how we put stuff together, and there's a basketball goal that we did a couple of years ago on Christmas Eve. Wow. So we almost tapped out from that one. So basically, my Maria will be giving me the direct directions and instructions, like verbally, and then I'll just be doing whatever she tells me to do. And sometimes it ain't pretty, Lady Bell says, I speak from experience. Oh, I bet. Man. I mean, I've done this before, but it's a different ball game nowadays, you know. Putting your wife's hair on the line. Gorgeous George move. Superstar Bill Dundee, which, by the way, we have a superstar tribute coming to Memphis, Tennessee at Growlers on September 20th. Very, very few tickets are available. Um, Gosh, you know what? I need to show you guys the mask. I've got a video. I'll show you the mask in the video. Very, very cool stuff. Can't wait for that. We're following all the proper procedures and guidelines to keep safe. Also, on September 3rd, that's a Thursday night at the Lauderdale County Fair, we're involved in a big live free professional wrestling at the fair, which also will be socially distanced. They're actually going to take your temperature before you can even get into the fair. So that's one of the reasons why we're going to be involved in that. It'll be a lot of fun. Be good to see people in person, even though we will be socially distanced, and I'll have my mask on and the whole 9 yards. I'll probably have one of those suits that you see astronauts wear. All right, it probably won't be that bad. Yes, I did sign up for Thunderdome on Raw, and it looks like I might have been let in. They said they were going to email me, and before it said that it was full. So hopefully, I'll be watching Thunderdome and Raw inside the Thunderdome. That'd be pretty cool. I just want to see. I just want to see what it's all about. Mystery says, so you painted the dresser. So that's why the new shirt. I helped paint the dresser. If my Maria heard that, she'd probably get mad, but I did help paint the dresser. She's very hands-on, man. She wants it a certain way. So Howard Finkel, here are your winners and new tag team champions, Dustin and Maria. I like that. Jake, Lauderdale County is in Tennessee. That's Halls, Tennessee. So if you're from the area, it would be, if you're going down Highway 51, it would be just past Covington, but before Dyersburg. Very, very short drive from Memphis, Tennessee. Can't wait to do it. And also, my early days of my career were right there, all up and down Highway 51. You talk about Millington, you talk about Covington, Ripley, Tennessee, Hennig, Tennessee, uh, Dyersburg, Union City, New Bern, gosh, Trenton. The list goes on and on, all up and down Highway 51. That's the first time I've gotten that confirmation on Thunderdome. Usually it would say that it's full and or at capacity or something like that. But I can't be in the Thunderdome at SummerSlam because I'll be inside Dave and Buster's in Memphis, which is free, by the way. All of our watch parties are free, and Dave and Buster's has really been a good supporter of championship wrestling and professional wrestling in general. It's like the place, the coolest place to eat, drink, play, and watch wrestling. So we've got SummerSlam on Sunday. Then the following Sunday, we got Payback. And then the following Saturday, we got AEW All Out. Man, it is loaded, and we're doing it all at Dave & Buster's, and it's absolutely free to come watch. So get your information at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com or any of our social channels, obviously. I've seen Raw twice in Montreal, and the whole building was shaking. Yeah, man. FedEx Forum here in Memphis has been tremendous as well. I love it. Willie Bowen says, Dave Marquez, Billy Corgan, and you, Dustin and Maria, are genius and awesome people. You all bring the excitement back. Thanks, Willie. Man, I'd like to work closer with Marquez and Corgan, and I think it's happening in the coming future, near future, actually. But we're waiting on this pandemic to end. We got some big stuff planned, guys. Can't wait. Yeah, it's Lauderdale County in Tennessee. It's right down the street from the Ripley, the world famous Ripley Tomato Festival. Mr. E, so maybe for the newer fans here, D, you might list other projects you're involved with, pods, shows, etc. Yeah, go to grindcitymedia.com/podcasts. We have our Grind City Wrestling podcast that's featured by Grind City Media and the Memphis Grizzlies. I host the Memphis Grizzlies home games and did the virtual sweet boxes here recently. Right now, I am the PA announcer of the Memphis 901 FC Soccer Club in the USL Soccer League, and then also the G League for the Memphis Grizzlies developmental team, the Memphis Hustle. Myself and my Maria also host the CW30 Network, not only the Championship Wrestling program, but also the CW30 Network as a whole. So you'll see us twice an hour, every hour on the #1 CW station in the nation, but then also been professional wrestling for over 20 years. So if you go back and watch the Red Carpet Rumble of 2019, you'll see a big surprise appearance by myself and my Maria, which led to this big feud that I guess will never end with Ray Rosas. So hopefully I'll get my hands on him at some point. Don't think that I've forgotten that either, but we stay as involved as we possibly can. I probably left something out, but we also have the Championship Wrestling podcast presented by Be Free CBD. It drops every Monday at noon. This week, last week was David Marquez. This week is John Roberts, who is it works hand in hand with myself on putting these television programs together. And some of you might not know that, but he's our editor on that. But then also he does backstage interviews, post and pre-match. We heard him on commentary today in the Dave and Buster's main event match of the week. So dude does it all, and we're going to talk to him. He is at the Ocean View Pavilion right now, working hard, setting up the rings and lights and everything, and recording our brand new shows that are going to be featured coming up in September. So we have him coming on the program, but be sure to hit the subscribe button, because not only do we have brand new episodes and podcasts every Saturday and Monday, but then we put out our feature matches and all sorts of new content all throughout the week as well. Destiny Willie, yeah, they love wrestling and history as much as we do. Oh man, the history here in Memphis runs so deep, so deep. And we'll have some pictures and such to share from our Superstar Bill Dundee tribute that's coming up as well. So those of you who are outside of the Memphis market, you'll be able to see a glimpse of inside of what we're doing and being safe. My dog wears a Yes Dog tag on his collar, and I have a signed poster from Daniel Bryan, who, by the way, Daniel Bryan started right here in Memphis, Tennessee as the American Dragon. So there's wrestling history everywhere. You name a wrestler, and I promise you he has some sort of history in Memphis, Tennessee. New here, but you, sir, have gained a new follower. Thanks, don't ask. I'm at Dustin STARR on all social media. And then, of course, follow at CW30 Wrestling. That's Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. All we can handle. I appreciate that. Mr. E, how's Beale Street doing during all this? Any shows there in the future? No shows there. Some of our partners are on Beale Street, and they're doing takeouts, even takeout drinks. There's just been really, really strict rules trying to kind of contain this pandemic and this virus. But really to no avail, to be perfectly honest with you. It hasn't slowed down that much. And yeah, so shout out to our friends on Beale Street. Not a whole lot going on there. I appreciate that. Jensika Tube. Did I say that right? Jensika Tube. Shout out to you. I try to be chill, but I get amped up. Oh yeah. Mil Muertes. Oh, I can't wait to have Mil here in Memphis. I can't believe that this pandemic stopped our birthday bash. Man, we did have Mil Muertes booked, and he was going to murder somebody. I can promise you. That dude's a maniac. Demarius, if it ever comes down to it, you need a tag partner, I'm always here. Oh, yeah. Hey, talk about the NWA World Tag Team titles. Got me a partner now. Mystery says, this is a great community and group. Welcome, don't ask. Yes, welcome to the party. We're here every single Saturday at noon, except for next Saturday, 1 week only. We're starting at 11 a.m. We were not preempted. Station reached out. I mean, we owned the noon time slot, and they said that our buddy Mike Miller, they're going to air his high school basketball game. And just to give you a little insight, me and Mike Miller actually wore bras on stage together at Battle of the Bras at Horseshoe Casino, where we were able to raise money, us along with others, to raise, gosh, thousands and thousands of dollars. I believe it was 80,000 or even more than that, possibly over the years. But what we do is we model bras on stage that were made by cancer survivors. There's a parade of cancer survivors. But anyway, we did that together. And so when they reached out and told us that, we're like, man, yeah. And also, we do like the 11 o'clock time slot. Imagine how many new viewers that we're able to get, going on an hour earlier, especially before a Mike Miller basketball game. So shout out to Mike Miller, man. Let it fly. Has Bruiser Brody ever wrestled in Memphis? I believe Bruiser Brody did wrestle in Memphis. I want to say he did. I want to say him and the King had some battles. That's something I'll have to look up. I'm not. I am familiar with Bruiser Brody, but I haven't been able to see a lot of his work, and a lot of that could be on YouTube at this point. But I mean, that happened before the YouTube era, really. Okay, so I am saying it right. Jessica too. Wow, awesome. Okay. Yeah, Beale Street, but Beale Street will rebound. It's just we have to do what we need to do in order to protect ourselves, or they're going to shut us all down again, and we don't want that. That's why at the Ocean View Pavilion right now, everybody that you'll see on camera or behind the camera on these upcoming new television shows, they've all been tested for COVID. Every single one of them. If you did not have your test and pass it, you will not be working. And so they're following very, very strict guidelines. All right, guys, I'm wrapping it up. If you guys have a couple of questions, we'll rapid fire them real quick. What a championship Saturday today. Next week is going to be just as loaded at 11 a.m. Central. Like I said, we have women's division action. We have Luchasaurus in action. Rock Nest Monsters will be in action. The upper class will be on the show as well. And then, of course, in our main event, it's the Dave and Buster's match of the week. Sweet Charlotte, the 10 pounds of gold, will be on the line once again as the national treasure, Nick Aldis, defends against Colt Boom Boom Cabana, which is a really good match you guys are going to love. So that happens next week right here on this YouTube channel, as well as CW30 Memphis. And then I am 99.5% sure that the following Saturday, we will have brand new action. That's right, brand new action. And if you want to get all caught up, go to our playlist that says full episodes, and you can watch the last several weeks leading up to when the pandemic happened. We had a best of 7 series between Heather Monroe and Lacey Ryan that was just on fire. We had Big Mikey O'Shea going toe-to-toe with Anthony Idol, the Neon Phenomenon. We had Static running roughshod over everybody, and Ray Rosas, the PP3 cup bearer, who, with that cup, he can cash that in anytime, any place for any championship. And he's made it well known that he has his sights set on Watts and the Heritage Championship. So there's so much going on. Danny Limelight Rivera was in the mix. Jordan Clearwater was on fire. Zicky Dice walked out on the company only to return from Nico Marquez by signing the largest contract in championship wrestling history. So much stuff going on. And David Marquez on our interview last week said that we will see the continuation of a lot of those stories and characters, but he did specify there would be an emphasis on female wrestling from our women's division, new stables, new faces. He wouldn't tell us who, what, when, where, or how, because it's all going to be a surprise. I hate spoilers. You'll never see us post any spoilers. But there's so much stuff that was happening. I mean, September is the Red Carpet Rumble. So that makes me feel like, are we going to have a Red Carpet Rumble or no? There's so many questions, and I can't wait to get those answers, and it's coming up very, very soon. Anthony Idol versus Mil Mertes. What did that happen? Link me to that mystery. I want to see that. Was watching old Bruise Brothers earlier. Yeah, Bruise Brothers. Shout out to Pork Chop Cash, who we have a special interview. You can go into the special segments and watch that. Thank you guys for being here. Not one bad episode. I agree. Reno Scum is all over Championship Wrestling. That's another great tag team that came from Championship Wrestling. I'll be checking out those matches tonight while I'm waiting on AEW. Awesome. Let us know. Put some comments in there. We respond to all the comments, no matter how long ago it was posted. Listen to the interview if you haven't. Yes, the David Marquez interview. It's only about 12 minutes long, so it's very easy to digest. Our podcasts are usually 30 minutes or less, so you guys can listen to it all in one setting. Ray won't ever get his hands on that Heritage title. Well, he's going to have the opportunity, but for me, and I don't know anything, like I'm not privy to any information, and I definitely am not a fan of Ray Rosas or a friend of his. But by Ray saying that he's going after the Heritage title makes me really feel like he might not be going for the Heritage title. So I think that Dan Joseph needs to be on the lookout myself, either way it goes, because why would Ray ever reveal his cards? Like, that doesn't seem very smart, but maybe Ray has been known to not be very smart in the first place. Destiny says, so excited for the coming weeks. Woohoo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. May you all have a great week. Make each day your personal masterpiece. Dustin, thank you for keeping wrestling awesome. Go build that crib. Oh, man, that is. I do have that crib to build today, and I'm going to do it. I'll keep you guys posted. I still say I'll beat Jordan Clearwater's momentum. Oh, gosh. Jordan Clearwater, man, he was on New Japan here recently. I'm expecting big things from him. He's one of the guys that I actually had a one-on-one conversation with and walked up to him and said, gosh, man, keep going. Keep getting bigger. They're gonna recognize you. He is tall, he's young, he's athletic, he looks great. And as soon as his body and his work matures, he's gonna be a big star. And he already is on our program, but he's gonna big star somewhere else too. That David Marquez interview was awesome. Thanks, Dustin. Hey, I plan to have David Marquez on hopefully the week before the United Wrestling Primetime Live premieres, because I got to get all the details that I possibly can. So I will have him back, and I'm going to ask him the questions. Whether he answers or not is a different situation, but I will ask the question. Willie says the United Wrestling Network has gotten NWA Pro Wrestling as part of the UWN. Will YouTube show from the Fight Network? Yes. So United Wrestling Network Primetime Live, I think that's what you're asking, they will air on Fight TV. So you can get it on pay-per-view or you can order it on Fight TV. I'm only guessing here, but I would imagine there will be a monthly subscription, so you don't have to pay weekly or something like that. But yeah, Fight TV will air United Wrestling Network Primetime Live every Tuesday starting September 15th. Also, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood is a totally different show this week, and in the coming weeks, it's totally different. So you can find that on Fight TV. And if you don't see it like featured, I saw somebody say, well, are you still on Fight TV? Yeah, dude, all you got to do is type in CWFH, and gosh, hundreds of episodes will come up absolutely free. Destiny is MVP of this group. Lamb and James G, always cool. Yes, and Mr. E, you are an MVP of this group too. Shout out to everybody. We love you guys. Thank you so much. He's a great wrestler. He's one of my faves within Championship Wrestling. Fight, oh yeah. All right, guys, if there are any other questions or if you're watching this on delay and you have questions, put them in the comments. We will always go back and we'll reply to each and every one of them. But until Monday, because I'm going to see you guys right here on Monday for the Championship Wrestling podcast presented by Be Free CBD. I've got John Roberts, who is there live right now at the Ocean View Pavilion during the tapings. So I'm going to get as much information as I can. We will not give you spoilers. So I just got to tell you that. We will not give you spoilers, but we absolutely will give you some insight on just the feel and what's going on behind the scenes, because it's going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different. It'll be something cool that you guys will want to hear. Tamarius, I'll see you later. James, thanks for joining us. Destiny, Mr. E, Willie, gosh, Tamarius, man, everybody that's on here, I appreciate you all, and have a great weekend. And one more time. Oh, yeah. So long, everybody.